forget that fellow's name. He was up in the Carolinas. He had one. And beautiful amplifier. When he first got it, that thing would really put out the horsepower. He had to send it to Alpha for something, and it came back, and the thing would barely do legal limits. He neutered the hell out of it. And the thing is, they do it in the firmware of the amp, so you can't undo what they did unless you know how to get in the firmware of the amp. That would really piss me off.
Yeah, me too.
What's that? I missed it.
The 8410, that's got a pair of tetrodes in it. It's a beast of an amp. But if you send it to Alpha for service, they neuter it in the firmware. They cut it down.
Yeah, I hate that when I do like that. I guess they had it in with the FCC and they thought they were doing good by,
Nah, that's a BS excuse because Ameritron sells the AL1500, which can do 2,500 watts all day long, and the FCC has no problem with that amp. It's your responsibility not to run it over legal limit, but it'll do way more than legal limit.
Yeah. They call it headroom, really. Like it's just like a sport car or any car automobile that goes over, with 70 mile an hour highway, interstate, 70 miles an hour, in the height at 60, 65. And the car is made that it's geared to do 180, 160. Don't mean you're going to drive it with that kind of speed. So,
Well, for the price of those amps, I mean, an 8410, I think is capable of over $3,000. It's a healthy amp, if it ain't neutered. But if you pay that kind of money for an amp that's capable of that kind of power, you expect it to be able to do it, not, get cut down and, let's go in there and neuter it so it can't do anything. I mean, that would be like you bought a brand new vet and you had to take it to the dealer for service, and they went in there and retuned the computer where the thing had barely run 70 miles an hour.
I know I could be wrong, but I think they suffered a big fine with the FCC or something like that back then. Maybe that could have been it. I don't know. It sounds like there was something about why they did that, but I don't recall.
Warranty.
But there you go. That might be a part of it too.
They didn't want people beating the snot out of them and blowing them up and sending them in for a warranty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was something to it. That kind of encouraged them to do what they did. Stupid or not, but that's what they did. And like pandemonium, they got all panic-stricken and say, yeah, we gotta cut it back. What are we gonna do?
That was a bad move on their part.
Yeah. Well, sure, like you say, you got an automobile that could do 160 mile an hour, and all of a sudden you take it to a dealership, and the sucker won't do more than 120, whatever. Go down there, reads 160. I can only go 95 miles an hour with it. Put it kind of like the governor on it.
Hey, Phil,
Yeah.
what kind of Corvette do you have?
I don't have a vet.
Oh, man, I thought for sure.
No, I have an old Jaguar.
Here I'm figuring, you got the polyester shirt, the hair coming out, with the churn open up, the gold chains, the ring, the pinky, and the vet.
No, I had vets in the past, but heck, I even had a Stingray back in the late 60s, but a regular guy. I look like a regular truck driver guy. No fads, no fancy stuff. Don't catch me in any of those nylon, Teflon shirts or that crap. Not me.
Teflon shirt.
But I'm just a regular guy.
Just an average, ordinary guy.
Yeah.
Ain't that what Joe Walt said?
Absolutely.
No, he was an analog guy.
That's right. He did he still likes analog. He's a big AM guy.
What?
He is.
look it up. It's a good tune.
He grew up in Evanston for a while, which is where I grew up, by the way.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah. He's a little older than me. We didn't know each other. You can't blame me.
It would be fun to talk to Joe on the air, but I don't do AM.
Well, a good friend of mine ran into him at Dayton and walked around with him for half a day. You know, he's a real nice guy. How about that?
Somebody, on musicians now, I don't know if it was Larry, known for excellent bass, or Billy up in Ormond, and somebody, they had mentioned something on 40 meters, and then late night on 3910 or something. Who the hell was it? It don't matter. Anyway, somebody wasn't friends with Joe, but had contacts through a friend of a friend deal. In other words, he had his phone number, but never bothered him or something. And throughout the years, Joe, up and down the road in the tour buses and stuff, he'd carry an HT and hit repeaters here and there. And it was funny. Joe would get a kick out of it because when he would tell them who he is, they didn't believe him. Can you imagine that?
I know who he is if he gave his call. His call is WB6ACU.
Yeah, I got it written down right here.
Oh, I got that one committed to memory.
But, I mean, if I heard Joe's voice on any mode, any band, I'd say, yep, that's Joe Walsh.
Yeah, buddy.
You can't miss that nasal voice he's got.
Who's that?
Joe Walsh.
Oh.
I watched
rock and roll.
I watched a guitar tune-up video that he did how to set up a Les Paul. Man, he's got a bizarre way that he sets up his guitars.
Yeah, he hits the intonation points, and then when you think he's told you all the secrets, he goes, now let's talk about the bridge settings on the adjustable pulse per string. Oh, you gotta love it.
That's how he gets that sound, though.
Well, once you do it right, that thing will stay in tune all night long. One thing you'll have to tweak is the little E, bottom E string occasionally. But I never went to that detail. But there's truth to it, man. If you get close to perfection, that thing will hang in there. I'm sure Bottom Moss has got it figured out.
Oh, they got their own tech. He never touches his own guitars. He probably pays some dude. He's
For sure. I'm just saying,
24 hours a day.
somebody watching
works on his
video
guitar.
that's at home. Of course they got guitar techs.
Yeah, they don't. All they want to do is play them. They don't want to work on them.
How many years you been playing, Rick?
I started when I was 13, and I'm 70, so what's the math?
Oh, good Lord, you're definitely a master, professional.
Nope. I play bass and guitar and drums, but I always wanted to play keyboards, and I never pursued it. I can get on a set of keyboards, and I got a little thing I do that lasts about a lot less than I just keyed up, and then I can walk away from it, and you'll go like, oh man, that guy plays great. I can't play nothing on keyboards.
How about like a piano? I got a keyboard piano that we used to have in our chapel when we did weddings. It's just sitting in there. Do you have any use for that?
No, not really. I got a fairly nice full-scale Yamaha keyboard in the studio in there. I bought it for a buddy to jam with us, and 2 weeks after I bought it, I was was going to surprise him for his birthday and he moved to Arizona. Imagine that.
Well,
So it says.
heck, I would give you this if you have any use for it. I can go in there. It's been shut down for a while. Well, if you had any, like if you could play it, work it, I imagine it still works.
I don't know, man. I'm like you. I got one sitting here too.
Maybe you could put two of them together.
Put them together and go to a music fest. I don't know, man. The only thing I've done, we did one live recording, Rich, Waiting on a Friend by the Stones. I think I told you this. It's got the MIDI channels in it, and I got a very good quality MIDI of the saxophone part of Waiting on a Friend by the Stones. And Donna had videoed us. I'm trying to find that video. It's cool as crap. Three of us are in the studio playing it, and we get practice. And it's a pretty good performance. And then in the middle, you hear the saxophone coming in through the PA beautifully, man, because it's the real deal. And I slowly walk up to the microphone. I go, where the hell's that saxophone player? And my drummer and bass player, we're all looking around. It is hilarious.
Oh, that's funny. The ghost of the saxophone.
That's really funny.
That's a good song. I like that song in the video. Waiting on a Friend.
Yeah. Keith Richards walking down the street, smoking.
Yeah, you don't expect that well, after a minute or two starts out there, all of them meeting there, stuff going down to the bar, hanging out. They're smoking up there on the curb, and you think there's going to be women involved, but there's not at first.
Yeah, it's just like hanging out, and it's a laid back tune. It's a toe tapper. It's slow, but cool tune.
I think it was a very good song. I liked it. I like it. I like watching the video too. It's just like you said, it's kind of laid back and slow, and Mick really does a good job with it.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everybody. This is KR4WB. My name is Charlie, and I'm over here on the east coast of Florida, across the river from the Kennedy Space Center. I watch live mice go out there and light the candles and then run like hell.
Coco Charlie. Daniel is in here. I hope he's still hanging. Daniel, you got Coco Charlie?
He'll say he's got Coconut Charlie.
I heard you, Charlie, at 20 meters today talking with old wizards.
Oh yeah, okay. You were down on what were we on, 06? 306? Yeah. Been moving around here lately, man. It's been so crowded.
I didn't say anything, I was just listening in today.
Yeah, oh shoot, where'd I going with this? Bill wasn't in there today. I guess he had to go to the doctor and stuff, and hopefully he'll be in there tomorrow and we can get an update on his treatments and stuff.
Hello, Charlie.
Hello. Didn't recognize the voice. I'm sorry.
The name is Sal, Sierra Alpha Lima W4SAL. Here in Inverness, north of Tampa, about 50 miles. Just want to wave a hand and wishing you a happy Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sal. I listen to you, and I know what your voice sounds like. I guess I'm getting tired. What time is it? Yeah, 1:12. Anyway, I was up last night about 5 o'clock in here at the radio. I went to bed 3 times before that, and I couldn't get to sleep, and just kind of migrated back here, back and forth there. But anyway, I'm going to try to get to sleep a little earlier tonight at least. We're in the morning. It is morning.
Yeah, I'll probably be following you out to Charlie. May I call you Coco Charlie?
Yeah, a lot of people call me Coco Charlie. Yeah. we were talking down, me and you, on 03 a little while ago and everything and all. I enjoy listening to the guys. Y'all get on some good subjects.
Yeah, we do. We try to get by with a little bit of help from our friends. I think John Lennon sang the song. I get by with a little bit of help. Anyway. Okay. Just want to wave your hand, but you know you're sounding good over here.
Yeah, about 60 miles north of Tampa.
I think more like 50, but you know, give or take. That's probably nautical miles. We're here in a small city called Inverness, if you're familiar with due west of Orlando.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember you told me a little earlier where you were at. I thought it was north of Tampa. Okay, you're west of Tampa. Yeah. You're like halfway between Orlando and Tampa, or closer to Tampa?
Probably closer to Tampa, give or take. Probably a little closer to Tampa. We're south of Ocala and northwest of Tampa.
Okay. No, about right where you're at there. Has anyone, I was just curious, so I had a question to ask. Does anyone live in Lakeland? Lived in Lakeland?
I'm trying to think. Not recently, Charlie. It's been 4 or 5 years. I talked to 2 guys over there, but man, it was way back. We're talking maybe 4 to 5 years.
Okay, I'm talking 1961.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're going way back.
Yeah, we moved to Florida in 61. We moved to Lakeland. We lived in Lakeland for, I guess, about 6 to 8 months. And my dad got a job over here on the East Coast. He was driving back and forth. And we moved from Lakeland to Plant City. Then we moved, what's that little town right after you come out of Orlando on 50, golly, I can't remember. We lived in Winter Park, is that correct? I think it's Winter Park. We lived in there for a month or 2, and then we moved to Merritt Island, and that's where we stayed. That's where I grew up. And man, I tell you what, great place. Merritt Island was, now it's just packed full of a lot of Yankees and people, which is okay, whatever, but just not like it used to be in the 60s. It was really a great place to grow up.
That was heading towards Merritt Island would have been Christmas and Buffalo.
Yeah, I used to, every time, I drag raced from about 1970, 8 or 9, all the way up until about 1995, and my kids were getting to that age where, and I was getting tired of it, and racing had changed. They started this buyback crap where if you lost, you could buy back in. So even though you won first round, you really didn't get nowhere because everyone would buy back in. But anyway, and I liked it when we had. I like bracket racing because that way you can run whatever you know what I mean. You put a time on the window and you go down the track, and it was a lot of fun there and all. But got the kids and stuff, and I just got out of racing there, and my son races. He's got a Mustang. It's fast. It runs less than 4, right at 4 in the 8th mile.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. KE4 SXG.
WR4EB.
W4